When firefighters arrive at a scene, their first responsibility is to put out the flames. But when a fire is toxic, when poisonous chemicals are filling the air, they're facing a far more dangerous task than they can see. Firefighter Paul Wenzel knows the danger. He developed a severe skin rash, migraine headaches, and respiratory problems after fighting a chemical fire 3 years ago.
And this all was happening over a long period of time. It was getting worse and worse.
Did you think you'd have to give up being a firefighter?
It got down to the point where I was actually ordered off work.
Chemical exposure is considered an occupational hazard in many jobs.
You might consider just living in a city like Los Angeles an occupational hazard, especially if you're a sensitive person. The Air Quality Management District estimates each year the cars we drive emit more than 55,000 tons of carcinogens. Nearby oil refineries put out 19,000 tons of benzene, and we breathe in 400 tons of arsenic and varying other amounts of chemicals.
In Southern California, there's a place called HealthMed that claims it can rid people's bodies of these toxic pollutants. At this clinic, clients like Paul Wenzel spend an average of 3 weeks and $3,000 sweating, straining, and pumping in hopes of cleaning out their systems.
This isn't a short trip to the health club. This is a medically monitored treatment that requires that to be safe and effective.
The program involves intensive aerobic exercise, hours sweating in a temperature-controlled sauna, and consuming huge quantities of vitamins, especially niacin. The theory is that niacin will dislodge the toxic chemicals that are trapped in the body's fat, so they can be eliminated.
The person has a very significant flushing. They turn red as a beet, if you might say that. Some of this material then comes out through the skin. We estimate about 10 to 15%. The majority comes out through the GI tract, but that's what the niacin is for.
Dr. Kathy Ann Lippman went through the program after spending years of being highly allergic to smoke and perfume.
I used to be terrified if I saw a lit cigarette or somebody, or smelled 300 feet away, somebody wearing perfume, and now it's not as drastic for me.
Lori Irving, a former cocaine and heroin addict, was sent here after she went through a traditional drug rehabilitation program.
Any other rehabilitation program, you are off the drugs, but it doesn't necessarily make you feel any better, whereas this cleanses out your system and your mind. You can start thinking again. I think it actually cleans out your brain.
Alexander Paul, like a third of HealthMed's clients, had no particular medical problem. She just wanted to feel better.
There's so many chemicals that we're exposed to. Makeup, I mean, I don't know how, just Pine Sol. Perfume makes me feel kind of weird. So yes, I would definitely recommend for anybody who wants to improve their health.
HealthMed claims remarkable success in treating more than 2,000 clients, but critics of the program say HealthMed is no more than a high-priced health club.
Most people do not need this type of program to clear whatever residual compounds there are in the body. Their program alone for getting rid of trace amounts would be an unnecessary expense from what I've seen.
But the fire department and Paul Wenzel's insurance company had enough faith in this program to send Wenzel here after he became disabled. And Paul's glad they did.
I feel an awful lot better than I did before. I say about 80% better than I was before. I'm back on duty.
For the Independent News, I'm Andrea Kaiser in Los Angeles.